Marathon is special. The thought that goes into making a kit, the emotional gamble in making your kit and taking it into a raid, with the intense PvP action, one mistake is punishable. There's an item to counter everything in the game and heal you and fix you, and there's so many items that can do so much, and this amount of depth is good for the game. Depth is why extraction shooters are becoming popular. There's so much decision making that goes into what items you bring, what items you carry, and how you utilize your build to come out on top or make profit. There's a lot of depth within the sandbox itself. There's a lot of nades that do different things, and there's a lot of weapon mods that make the gun feel comfortable enough for you to use. But I just seen the Waster nerf, and this is kind of giving me Destiny 2 vibes, where they just kind of hard nerf something for the sake of it being hard nerf, and I don't want Bungie to balance their game like this. There is lots of other ways to balance items in this game without just making them unusable, like specific weapons falling behind other weapons, and utility spam, and the self-revive issue, and shotgun balancing. There's a lot of mistakes that Bungie is making, like right off the get-go of this game being out. And hopefully with this video I can change their perspective a little bit and help them out with what they're making.
Yep, they're in it right now.
Oh my god!
You stop it. Finish.
Oh my god! Oh my god! You just got pissed on, buddy! What the? Hey, your internet's dog shit, by the way. You rubber band fast.
He just ran right into your fucking gun.
Why are you all over here? Why are you all over here? What do you want? What could you possibly want?
Wait, who else just died?
I want to quickly start us off talking about the knife nerf before we get into shotgun balancing and all that other stuff. The knife nerf was not the way to go about it. I liked how strong the knife was, and I thought it was an excellent solution to close quarter combat when you didn't have a close quarter combat gun, like a shotgun or something, or a bully. A proper way of nerfing the knife would be giving it 0 lunge. Like if they didn't have that lunge, it's more risky to use the knife in a close quarter scenario. But nerfing the damage just outright, because I understood it could 2-tap any type of shield, which isn't bad. Letting somebody get that close to you with a melee weapon in itself is your fault. There's just no way around that. Why'd you let them get that close? Now I understand when somebody puts down a bubble and they're just walking towards you with bubbles, but you literally have the option of just backing up. You know, if you back up, what are they gonna do? Swing the air? Yes, that's what they're gonna do. Just back up. I understood its frustration, but you honestly had way more options to outplay somebody with the knife than just calling it overpowered. Now, with that being said, the Waster nerf. I always thought the Waster needed a nerf, but not a damage nerf. I thought it was okay for it to 2-tap anybody, because the range on it is already limited. Now, I have seen clips of the Gold Waster just 2-tapping regardless with the slugs, but it's a gold mod. it's gonna do that. I think that's okay. The biggest issue with the Waster wasn't the fact that it could two-tap somebody, it's how quickly it could two-tap someone. If you just nerfed the rate of fire and made it more slow or a bit sluggish to use, there would have been more of a risk and reward factor with the Waster. Now, I didn't like how the Waster was a better option over the Mizraya because I think the Mizraya is awesome, but a simple rate of fire nerf to the Waster would have changed how people approach fights with that shotgun in itself, instead of people just holding forward trying to close the gap to get a quick kill on someone. When it comes to the other weapons though, I think the Copperhead is still a wet sponge. Like, yeah, it melts when you hit all of your headshots, but I don't play on controller, so it just kind of has this weird fall off range where it feels useless. They did buff it though, but I don't think it's good enough of a buff to help the gun out for what it's like actually meant for. All right, grenade spam. Bubbles are strong. Normal frag grenades are really, really strong. And flesh-it nades are diabolically annoying.
Bro, I cannot take the slugs, man. Hold back in. Just hold. He's gonna push.
Do I need to say more? Honestly, the best way to balance nades in this game right now, as of this moment, is to limit nades and utility only to the equipment slot. But in the future, I feel like they should update the HUD so there is a tactical and lethal option, and you can't just store 9 million grenades in your backpack. Another thing they could do is you have to manually drag it from your backpack into your equipment slot. That way you are exposed from taking items from your backpack and equipping them. Another issue regarding items I have with is the self-revive. Now the self-revive should be a 2-slotter and they made it a purple, so that's good. But this is an item that everybody can have now and they can buy it. Self-revives are really easy to get as of this moment, but honestly, they should change self-revives to being found in raid only. They're way too strong to be bought and they're way too good. It's an item that's just too strong. Like, you shouldn't have to worry about somebody self-reviving all the time for when you get a knock. When you get a knock and they're self-reviving, you should be, oh shit, they have a self-revive. Then you should prioritize that finish. Make them take up 2 slots, keep them as a purple, make them found in raid only. That way, self-revives are more unpredictable instead of you just having to force kill a guy because he has one all the time. There's ways to balance things in this game because it's an extraction shooter, not a PvP arena mode. Everything could just be found in raid. Maybe limit the option on being able to buy certain things. That doesn't hurt. Another thing I want to point out is being able to give items to your friends. I don't like how it goes back into my backpack or back into my stash or whatever when I give somebody a gold vandal mod. I understand it's meant to prevent in-game trading or in-game buying or whatever it's called, but man, just let me give my friends items I don't want. Like, I pack things into my bag in my solo runs and then give it to them later when we're teamed up. Overall, I think certain weapons are falling behind other weapons. Like, I don't want to only use a bully battle rifle or like shotguns and snipe, like just using really hard-hitting stuff. Like, sometimes I want to rock the Magnum, you know, because I love the Magnum in this game. But the Magnum doesn't have enough range, in my opinion. Like, hopefully they fix and balance things into what a hardcore extraction shooter can be and not what an Apex-styled battle royale extraction shooter hybrid could be. The PvP in this game is awesome, but I think people are getting a little too caught up with the PvP instead of being scared for your life in these maps. At the end of the day, I hope Bungie figures it out. Simple number tweaks don't really help the game's lifespan. It's how do you choose the balance an item when it comes to the loot system? And you just make them found in raid, and you make them really rare or hard to find. And that's honestly the best way to balance an extraction shooter. I do hope some of the other weapons end up coming up and they don't fall behind. Like, I do think the Copperhead kind of sucks. I think the twin tap struggles a lot in the sandbox. It's not that good compared to the battle rifle or the M77. I think the overrun doesn't have a high enough precision multiplier. I think the Magnum doesn't have enough range. There's a lot of things that should be viable instead of certain weapons being oh, it's a cheap and shit gun. It's like, yeah, you make a good point, but everything should have roughly the same kill potential. What this game has is honestly something magical. I've never been addicted to a game before. I'm coming up on around 300 hours with this game. I have been addicted to it since it released. It's okay for weapons to be overpowered as long as they are only found in raid. If weapons are found in raid, they're automatically balanced. Like, how often do you see people running around with a Mizraya? Not too often, I'll be honest. But it's one of the coolest guns in the game. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I hope this video was informative, and if you liked the video, please give it a like and subscribe. Leave a comment on what you think, and I'll catch you guys next time.